Well, some of you born under Sagittarius are probably thinking, thank God, things have settled down in my finances. It's May 2018 and Mars, Pluto and Saturn have been working on your financial stuff for a while, and more recently in a more intense way. I'm Dadhichi from astrology.com.au. Thanks for joining me, and for those of you that are new, come on, let's find out a little bit more about this. Here's your horoscope, the sun sign horoscope anyhow, with where the planets are right now for May 2018. And you can see here your ruling planet has for some time, this last few months, been in this 12th house of Scorpio. This has a lot to say about self-reflection, reconsidering your past and how it's affected you. And the moon here, just after being full in the company of Jupiter, is actually quite lucky. It actually brings with it some insights, and the fact that it is ruling the 8th house of self-transformation and rebirth being here shows us that you're definitely having some breakthroughs. I think if you take a look here at these favorable aspects, these blue aspects are quite favorable in that they influence your finance sector. These sets of planets are working more positively for you now. So whatever breakthroughs you're having regarding your past, you may not be experiencing the same level of intensity and challenge that you were here financially. A lot of big things happening this month. Let's take a look here at some of those important ones that I want you to keep your eye on. Venus will be an important one. Sun, Mars, and also this one here particularly is extraordinarily important, the transit of Uranus. Moon moves to the conjunction of Saturn on May 5th, bringing with it a serious tone to your finances, some transformative influences with the conjunction to Pluto, and a bit of anger or irritability shown by the association with Mars. Here we see a lot of difficult aspects forming between your finances and this 5th house of creativity or speculation. You want to shift everything here. You've got some ideas on how to do that, Sag, but you may not be able to. Sometimes life works in a way where you've got all of the ducks in a row, but you're shooting blanks. Not that I'm a violent man. You see the square aspects here? And of course here the moon moves up here to the conjunction of Mercury. Great ideas, unusual ideas. I don't think things can happen until the moon makes its conjunction to the sun here on the 15th and 16th, thereabouts, when we see this beautiful new moon taking place in your 6th house. That's on the 15th. And it carries over into the 16th, but this is not just a one-day influence. This is a beginning of a new trend, and there it takes place in the sign of Taurus, just after Mercury also moves into this sector. And I'm going to move this forward a little bit and keep talking about it there. Let me just bring that back so you can see it. Uranus. This planet only makes a transit to another sign once every 7 or so years. It's an 84-year cycle. We have to give it some weight here, especially because we have a new moon taking place here on or about the same dates that Mercury, your career planet, and Uranus, your contract planet, travel planet, with the sun ruling your luck, past karma, and legal and spiritual sector. This is a lot of energy here. Converging on the 6th house, which I guess, skimming over it, I normally just say this is the area of work. Your working environment, this is your professional, I guess, accolades and achievements. So stuff is happening here big time for you right now, and you could expect your working life to take on a whole new complexion during these coming years. Well, we'll say the next few months even, because the new moon sestatena for the next few months, but certainly Uranus here is going to be a long, drawn-out process. So things are going to develop there over time, and you should be mindful of that and have your planning and your day-to-day work schedule nutted out perfectly. Otherwise, you don't want to be victim of the unexpected nature of this planet. It does unusual things at times. Look up here too, there are two other planets I wanted to talk about. You'll see Venus move out of this 7th house of relationships, which is generally good for communication. It then moves into the all-important shared resources area. It's not bad because Venus in the 8th house, in your case, ruling the 11th house of financial gains, lifelong aspirations in the 8th house. For some of you who are dealing with legacies or estates, superannuation or retirement funds, banking, insurance, this is the area of your horoscope that's going to be favourably influenced by Venus transiting this area and the Sun also moving through your 7th house. So I like that. This is also very sensual, very sexual, and very lucky when Moon moves into this 12th house again where it was at the outset. Lucky in term, well, it's lucky on one level, but you may be spending more than you should when you've got those combinations. The very last important transit is here taking place in your sun sign, the full moon, on the 30th of May, and that may not be altogether easy for you because the moon is ruling your 8th house. There's a dictum in Vedic astrology that says for the signs of Sagittarius and Capricorn, the ruler of the 8th house, which is the luminary moon, and for Capricorn the sun, these planets don't damage you too much. I have a slightly different view on that. They may not kill you or, permanently disable you, but they can be troublesome. And again, because this has to do with finances, I think you'll see that this Venus, along with the full moon, are going to shift your attention to matters that have to do with, your future security. That's also shown by the ongoing Saturn-Pluto transit here, your 2nd house of materialism and finance and income. There you go. Warned myself out on yours. I hope you'll join me again next month. I'm not talking too much. Wish you were here. We could have a, dialogue. But in the meantime, until I see you again next month, take a look at astrology.com.au. That's where I do most of my work. I hope you'll take a look at what I have on offer there. And you're more than welcome to avail yourself for a more detailed analysis with me one-on-one. Email me here if you want. Subscribe. Have a great month. See you soon. Bye-bye.